You are watching Spice Vagrant, and this is Jacob Polacco. We are at Casa Alegre, and we are getting ready to have a delicious meal of, we got steak, we got conger eel, and we've got like a big giant ravioli coming our way. So just kind of a place that we stumbled upon. The server came out and kind of beckoned us in, and it worked because the menu looked awesome. So not typical Chilean food, but the view is pretty unbeatable. Okay, so we got a little clarification about the menu. Apparently it is so small and so reasonable because they change it every day based off of what's fresh. Okay, so the first course has arrived. That's the first of 3. And I'm liking this place more and more. We've got a very simple side salad, and then Poppy got a pumpkin soup. So it's pureed pumpkin, and I don't know what else. So since we just kind of stumbled into this place, everything is surprising me. So they call this kind of cuisine, cuisine de autor, which means the food of the author. It's inherently Chilean, but they bring kind of that European flair to it as well. But we've got a local Chilean olive oil, which I'm gonna dress it with. And then, thanks to the many vineyards here in Chile, we've got a local Chilean balsamic vinegar. Dress it with that too. Now they say that you're supposed to do vinaigrettes in a ratio of 2 to 1, 2 parts oil, 1 part vinegar, but I kind of like to switch those up. I like it a lot more acidic than that. So quite a bit of balsamic, a little bit of olive oil, maybe a little bit of salt. Keep it very simple. So I'll give it a shot. It's a huge bite. With the beer? If it's good, why screw it up? So simple, perfectly fresh vegetables, nice and crispy, crunchy. Got with our little salad, a nice little bacon and cheese quesadilla. I'm gonna cheat a little bit because I want you guys to see this food porn in action. Oh my gatos, garabatos. Perfecto. It's kind of like a queso fresco, and the bacon is nice and chewy like lardon. Very good. Let's try the pumpkin soup. Ooh, it's very, it must have some kind of chicken stock or something in it. And what it's seasoned with, I can't tell you, but it's almost like curry. But I don't think there's any curry powder in there, but it's kind of like that. It's very rich, very hearty, and very slightly acidic. I will confide in you, we tasted it a little earlier and thought it needed a little bit of something, but luckily they provide fresh lime juice, so we were able to kind of balance it out a little bit that way. And so we were able to kind of customize our own thing and be our own author of this cuisine. So that's the first course of 3. We'll see what the next one brings. And just like that, with the power of TV magic, we have our 3rd courses. So we decided to get the entire menu in true Spice Vagrant fashion. We've got to my right the steak with a demi-glace, and it looks like a wine reduction, carrot and ginger puree. And this one is a ravioli with chicken, green onion salsa, parmesan, and kind of a pepper sauce. This is the conger eel, or conger eel, with couscous, and then some incredibly fresh mussels. You can even see, if I may use this swizzle stick as a guide, you can even see the tamal is still intact there. So let's just dive in. I'm gonna try this out first with a little bit of the pesto here. Conger eel. And this orange that you're seeing, if you can see it in the camera, is orange zest. And it's not like there's a little bit of seafood in it, it's like mostly seafood with a tiny bit of couscous. So big old mussel, clam, conger eel, pesto, down the hatch. There's an aquarium in my mouth right now. It's pretty amazing. 2 different shellfish, Congreal. What's not to like? The pesto's good, very simple. I'll move on to the ravioli. I really, really like this. I'm not skipping over it. It's really good. I really like it. Let's see what's up with this Big Daddy. Nice and brothy. Buttery. The pasta's super fresh. Nice thin skin that somehow didn't burst when they boiled it, so kudos to whoever took care of it. Very good. And the sauce is incredibly rich, so it might look like a small portion, but I guarantee you'll need to be wheeled out after eating it. That's awesome. And the green onion salsa, very delicious too. What is this guy over here? Hiding out. Got a little chicken over here. That's delicious, especially if you're in the mood for something really hearty. So I'm gonna need my knife for this. We asked for medium rare, so it's a little past that, but we won't hold that against them. I'm not sure exactly what cut of meat this is. Get plenty of the demi-glace, ginger and sweet potato. Ooh, a little wine reduction. I kind of thought this would be my favorite. I'm a sucker for ginger carrot, sucker for red meat. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite. And the demi-glace is so rich and satisfying. Yeah, I'm gonna need to be left to my own devices. I'll catch you whenever it gets to dessert time. And the dessert is here. We've got a cheesecake and a quinoa flan. They both look very rustic, and there's definitely a presentation that they're going for here. And I love things that are simple, not too fussy. I don't have to eat it with tweezers. So I'm just gonna dive right in. It's tangy, but it's like almost like more like a clafouti than a cheesecake. It's like tangy, but it's thin. It's not leavened, and it's super, super rich and dense. So I'm gonna jump into this. This is a quinoa flan. We've looked into it and asked a ton of questions and called around to try to understand what that means. Basically, imagine you make a flan with cream and evaporated milk and however you make your flan, dulce de leche, and you cook, cool, and puree quinoa and kind of fold that into it too. Cook it in a bain-marie just like you would a flan, and in this case a very large flan, and then they cut sections of it. So a very unique preparation, something I'm very not familiar with. And this is actually less rustic than I would have thought. There's no air bubbles, there's no curdling happening. On the top it looks very rustic, but it's not separated. It's pretty legit. I actually really like it. It's not seasoned what a lot of people would think is appropriately. It's not very salty at all. It's not sweet at all. It's just a good old-fashioned custard. Very plain and simple. Let the ingredients speak for themselves. I'm gonna take that home in the old memory bank and cook it at home, I think. Fantastic stuff here. All in all, this was a very lucky place to stumble upon, and I'm glad the hostess beckoned us in at the Casa Alegre. Stop in next time you're in Valparaiso. Service is fantastic, the place is beautiful, the view is fantastic. So I will leave you with the view while I finish this dessert.